Hi everyone, Darren Hunter here, and if you're struggling with the discounting thing, people are always asking for discounts, you're struggling with that, this is probably going to be a training session that's going to be so important for you. It's going to change the game for you to understand what's really going on. Okay, so firstly, property managers, BDMs, generally you're working for a real estate office and probably with a boss that understands what selling is. They've been a real estate salesperson in the past, or they still are a real estate person. What commonly that we see is that negotiation goes on all of the time in the sales department. Salespeople are commonly asked, will you do a cheaper commission amount? And of course, then when they get the listing, they've got buyers that are always trying to lowball them, bring the price down. All of that negotiation is a really good skill that they need to have if they're going to be successful in real estate sales. But the sad truth is that training generally doesn't filter down to BDMs or property managers, but it's the same thing. Understand that. So firstly, understand that in real estate, we are in an industry where negotiating fees is just expected. It's normal. That's what you do if you're a buyer or a seller or a landlord and doing a real estate transaction with a real estate agent. It's always normal and accepted and expected that they're going to ask for a discount. All right. So you need to understand you are working in that industry that has that. Now, that same owner that's going to ask you for a discount because you work in real estate, well, they're not going to go down to Woolworths and ask for a discount at the checkout. And they're not going to go to McDonald's at the drive-through and when they're ready to pay their money, say, hey, by the way, Burger King down the road or Hungry Jack's down the road is offering an equal deal, actually cheaper. Will you match it? They won't do that. No, they do it with you because you work in real estate. So this is a game of negotiation. They're going to negotiate with you. You just have to get good at the game and understanding how the game works. Now, again, also understand when you go to Bali or Fiji and you hop off the plane and you're looking for that bag or that dress, you negotiate, don't you? Because it's part of the fun of the experience, right? Or if you're looking for something on Facebook Marketplace to buy, you're probably going to be asking for a better price because that's what you do on Facebook Marketplace. Again, so understand this is all about negotiation. So here is an important truth to understand is that when you get popped the question, and generally this is after you've spent some time with them, had a discussion about your services and all of that, and then they pop the question, you've got to know that it's coming, and they say, but the other agent is cheaper, or if you can match the fee with another agent down the road, or if they're coming from interstate, they could say something like, but my Sydney property manager only charges X. Firstly, understand they're moving into negotiation mode. When they move into negotiation mode, they're nearly at buying mode in their mind. All right, you've been green lighted. Is that negotiation mode is one step away from buying mode. All right, and signing that management agreement. So see it like a little speed hump. You're one little step away, one stepping stone away to actually getting the deal. They've more or less made a decision in their mind. They want you. They've decided, yeah, you're the agent that I want that's going to manage my property, but I'm just going to see if I can get a better price first before I commit. Alrighty, so understand you've been green lighted. Okay, it's a big yes because you're thinking if they say but the other agent is cheaper, then you're thinking, well, if I don't comply to the discount, then they're going to go to that other agent. It's not the case. They haven't made a decision. They're making you think that they'll go to that other agent and they've got a clear choice, but they've already made a choice on you. They're just trying to get that agent's price before they go with you, trying to get their cake and eat it too, as it may. Now, see it like a game of tennis, that they don't get to negotiate or have this type of fun in a transaction because it gives you it gives you some energy and it's a lot of fun, but they don't get to do it too often, maybe every couple of years, every few years or whatever. So they though it's fun, but they're not very good at it. So they're likely just to ask you once. They're not going to remain asking you further questions about negotiation. It's likely going to be one hit of a tennis ball coming your way. You just have to recognize they've gone into negotiation mode. All right. They're now trying to get a better fee, and all you have to do is respond confidently, step into the ball, hit it back with a confident response. All righty. Now, with the response, it's really important. How you respond is going to determine if you're going to get the business at your fees or their fees. But something is going to get signed at fees. It may as well be at your fees. All right. Moving on with this. So also understand is that see this a little bit like a ritual. People feel that they need to negotiate in a real estate transaction. It's just normal. It's what you do. Some people do actually get offended if you don't negotiate as well. There is a small percentage of people. And for that, if you do get that, my book, Win Your Worth Secrets, I've got a whole chapter in here on how to create irresistible offers, because some people do feel that they have a right to lower fees because you've got to play the game in real estate. And one of the best scripts that I can offer in here is, look, Mr. Smith, we can't do that. In other words, we can't lower our management fee, but what we can do is, and I give you a whole chapter in here on what sort of offers you can do, what extra fees that you can add on into your fee list that you can simply throw away and that sort of thing. But yeah, get the book, Win Your Worth Secrets. Now, by the way, the book is free. We've paid for the printing. All you've got to do is pay for shipping. Just go to winyourworthsecrets.com or just go to igtcentral.com. We've got all of our books on there. The book is free. All you've got to do is pay for shipping. All right, let's move on with this. Okay, so understand that it's a ritual. This is something that people look forward to. So it's a little bit like, I don't know, a couple have met each other at some dance function or something like that, and they're going to date, but let's have a dance first. It's a ritual before doing the business. All right, so understand that fee negotiation is a ritual before signing the management agreement, and some people just need to do that. You've just got to get good at negotiation. So understand also is that people will go out there into the market. They're looking for a quality agent. This is what they're losing sleep over. You see, if they felt that they could manage the property themselves, they wouldn't be talking to you. All right, but they're talking to you because they want to get a solution to a big problem that they have. They're losing sleep at the moment. They're anxious because they know they need to invest in real estate. They know they need to get this property, but they're worried and they're losing sleep and they're anxious over getting a bad tenant, getting the tenant from hell, or the mortgage not being paid because they can't afford to pay at their own home the mortgage and on the rental property as well. It really freaks them out. And of course, they want the property cared and maintained. They're really worried about that. That's what's foremost in their mind when they've come to you. They're not losing sleep over cheap agents and finding them. They're losing sleep over finding, I want a quality, reliable property manager, okay? And if they but the other agent is cheaper at you, it's simply part of the negotiation process, but they're not fee focused in most cases, okay? So they may have simply focused on you, come to your agency, your reputation or whatever, and just done a couple of calls or looked around enough to find some bottom charging agents in the market that they could take that information as a bullet, put it in their gun and fire it at you ready for negotiation, because it's a bit hard to argue. Yes, it's a fact. There are other agents cheaper in the market and they try and rattle your cage. You just understand this is all part of the game of negotiation. So get good at negotiation, but understand when you get popped the question to discount, they're simply green lighting you. Most likely have already made the decision on you. Take care.